intoxicating your energy. First time in so long you felt the heat evaporating your bindings. Move like the sunlight, darkness can't hold you here. Bold and bright, push through the atmosphere. This is your dawn, this is your break. Move like the, move like the, move like the sunlight, darkness can't hold you here. Bold and bright, push through the atmosphere. This is your dawn, this is your break. Move like the, move like the.
Alright, let's give you guys a tour of the bakery and a sack of some cookies too. So
what does it say? What happens? What's written behind you? What happens behind these doors stays here. Shh.
my cookie dealer.
Can't give away any secrets.
Just get stitches. And with my beautiful wife. So let me close this. So behind here is where you guys are gonna see the baking, the bag of cookies, all that cool stuff. And I'll let her talk a little bit as well because she knows how to explain things a little bit better.
Maybe I might be the one that makes
This is Jay.
So now you know the mule.
That's the mule.
So come on in. We've got over here, they're bagging up those cookies that we showed you before. They're doing that individually. We can't do everything here. So when everybody thinks that, you know, we don't do enough or fast enough, we're hand doing it all. So bear with us. So you can see my mom, she's over here. She's working. Everybody's part of this. And then we've got over here where we're gonna roll out all the cookies. We weigh every single cookie by hand. We do everything here by hand. So come on over, I'll show you some more. Our rack holds, it's a double oven, so we get to do double the amount of cookies. Again, for everybody that thinks it's not enough, it's insane, the thousands and thousands that we drop every week. So these are JUAN's favorite that we're finishing up for this drop, that when it comes out of the oven, we cool them down before we bag them all. And that is Laura, she's our head baker over here. And on this side, you'll see the mixer, we use an 80 quart, and the 60 quart next to it has never been touched because it's just too small. So 80 quart is what we bake in, and that's a little bit of what we do, and that's more than enough that you guys need to know.
And this is my favorite one, so I'm gonna give it a try. So there we go.
Still warm.
Oh, look at that. Nice and fresh, gooey, right out the oven. Juan's favorite, chocolate chip water. Love it.
Take a look.
So you guys saw on Instagram that Karen posted these, and we're about to give this a try. Let's pick it up. Look at that. And wow. Really like that one. Wow, this is really good. Okay. That's the brownie inside. I can't break it through. Cookie. I never know what's in them. It's a brownie and a cookie. Wow, this is good. Out of both, which one I like better? I don't know. They both. Honestly, I don't know. Both really good. What do you think? You try both of them yet?
No, I didn't try either of those.
Try it, yeah. It's really good.
Caramel is really, really good.
Which one is that?
Caramel explosion.
Caramel explosion.
Like you and I here.
So what do you think?
Amazing. Amazing.
All right. So let's talk about how all this came about. When me and my wife first started dating, you know how she got to my heart, which we all knew I love to eat. So what was she doing? She was baking me cookies, baking me all kinds of stuff, you know, every day. And I would go to the gym to train, and I had like my bag of goodies, and I always had them on me. You know, I love the way she always baked. And so I, you know, like obviously, you know, like we got busier, life happened, you know, we have a beautiful baby, and so
you competed a lot.
And I competed a lot.
So not as much baked goods.
Yeah, so she stopped baking for a little bit. So 2018, I started complaining, you don't bake for me anymore. You know, I was like, oh, now we're married, so, you know, now that you got me, no more baking. So I said that, and not even too much, you know, not even like, probably like the next day, she baked these cookies for me. And, you know, I was an ice cream person. So I was like, okay, you know, I'm like in my head, I'm like thinking like, I'm not gonna say nothing, but I'm gonna give them a try. And I ate these cookies, and all of a sudden, ice cream went out the window. So I started posting about them, like, oh my God, these cookies are amazing. And I kept raving about them, and you know, she would bake like 32 cookies of these giant things at home. And I would
Which
bring.
was not an easy feat.
No.
Because they're a half a pound cookie. So when he's asking me for different flavors and different things, each batch was yielding 10 cookies at max. So here I am, he's 3 batches, I have a toddler, you know, different things. So he started sharing the cookies.
Yes, you know, I started bringing them to the gym. You know, whatever I didn't eat, I would bring to the gym. And so everybody was going crazy and losing their mind. Like, oh my God, these cookies are amazing. These cookies are amazing. We started, you know, like, I would bring them every week, and people like, you know, when I started posting them. So now this is the whole thing. I was supposed to make my story post or Instagram post in my feed, and my DMs will blow up. 200-300 DMs every single time asking, she should sell these cookies. She should sell these cookies. We will buy. We honestly like, okay, you know, whatever. But then after like maybe like 2-3 months of getting constant DMs, I was like, okay, I think maybe, you should start selling these cookies. She was like, no. And I'm like, come on. I was like, and convinced her to start, and I convinced her and a few other friends that were having, not convinced her, but like, you should, these things are amazing. Like, we're not even kidding. They're the best cookies I ever had. And then she started baking them and bringing them to shows.
Well, I was very blessed to have. We have one of our best friends who owns a huge bakery in Westbury. So he was kind enough to let us use his bakery space, because there's no way that number one, I'm a clean freak, so even when I would do the couple of cookies for Juan, I would send my daughter, who was 3 at the time, over to his parents' house and bleach the whole kitchen, and that was just a process all of its own just to get those few cookies that I was doing. And so our friend Augie, I'm sure you all have seen the Brolic Baker, he's a huge part of why we are what we are today, because he was really, really helpful in allowing us to use his space so that I could use that commercial size things to realize, oh my God, people really do want to buy my cookies. At first I'm like 300 cookies, people want to buy my cookies. It was mind-blowing to me that anybody would want to buy them. And then, like you said, when I would go to the shows, I would, as many of you guys know, I did makeup for a lot of the shows out here in the Northeast, and then I would go to the bakery Friday, bake all of these, go to the show on Saturday, do makeup probably 4 or 5 in the morning until noon when the show would start, and then I would tell people, all right, I'm out in the parking lot if anybody wants them, and I literally was selling them out of the back of my blacked out SUV.
Yep. So that's how my cookie dealer name came about. And then, and then our real, first kind of breakout was, before we went online, was the Universe. We baked she baked a whole bunch of cookies. I just worked the booth. And
at that time, I only had 2 flavors.
2 flavors, walnut and chocolate chip.
Which was Juan's favorite at the time, because out of the 2 flavors, that was his, and it exploded from there.
Yeah. And then the amazing thing about it was the feedback, that everybody that was getting the cookies was coming back to the booth and be like, oh my God, this is the greatest cookie I've ever had. Like, you were right. So, and then a lot of other people that don't follow me that, were coming back and just saying that and buying the cookies. So everybody was spreading the word at the Universe, and it was just really good, crazy to see how, people just coming back to buy more. They were buying, after they bought the first one, they were coming back and buying 5, 10. It was insane. So after that, it was a week later, we decided to open online, and then.
But at that time, for those of my original people, you remember I used to do the, all right, this is what I have. The first comments get it, and I would have Venmo, and so the first comments would get it, and I would get Venmo. And that's how they would get the cookies. I was shipping them out of my house. And at that time, doing 150, 200 orders of bringing the cookies from this, industrial bakery back to my house, having United States Postal Service come to my house. And I was like, oh my God, I sold out. This is crazy. This was mind-blowing to me. And then, as you all know, we went into the Olympia. And soon after that, it went into Korea, Romania, Japan, and we were traveling from September all the way through November. And during this time, too, I'm still baking and shipping and doing this in between, and it started to become so big that we couldn't do it anymore out of our friend's place. It was just way too much.
So, we invested in, bought this place, and is doing amazing. Thanks to all you guys and everybody for all the support and loving her amazing cookies, because I love them, and now I have to share her baking for you guys as well. But I'm not complaining. But one thing is, I want to, before kind of retrospecting a little bit, was when we started going live and you know, when she was selling out, it was funny because a lot of people, they like, oh, I like the marketing strategy and stuff like that. It's not a strategy. What happened is that she actually does, from the beginning, it was like 3 minutes to sell out 200, whatever it was, 200 orders or something like that. And it was like, from the beginning, every time we would post, it was like, takes 5-7 minutes. And the more cookies, you know, we did, we still sell out, and it's still to the point that, you know, it's not a strategy. We have other companies now that are trying to do what we're doing, but it's like we never intended to be that. We, you know, if it was up to us, we can leave it open all day long and let everybody.
I can't.
But we can't. Like we, you know, it's like it's but so much that, you know, my wife and the team back there can do. I come and I help a little bit. You know, like I roll some cookies after the gym or help around here, and you know, like whatever, you know, she needs me to do. But yeah, that's me retrospecting a little bit. So,
Well, part of that as well is we change our flavors twice a week. Right now we're dropping twice a week. When it is, like I just showed you guys back there, I don't know, because everything that I'm baking, I'm going to sell today. So it's not like, oh, I've got this list and at 2 o'clock I'm going to sell this, or 6 o'clock. You'll see some days it's 10, sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's 6. I try and base my time off of what I know I'm able to bake for that drop. But at the end of the day, the reason I don't do orders or do anything like that, I can't keep up. I literally, what I have, I sell out of. And that's why I change the flavor so much. I think it's so fun for me to be able to do that. When people ask what I'll be doing, I will start my day thinking I'm going to do one thing, and then I'll deviate and do completely different. As you can see, like a lot of the labels are off of a printer that I do here, and I hand place them on because these are small batches. And I mean, obviously it looks huge out here, it is huge, but I don't do tons and tons of it. I just do that little thing, and maybe sometimes it happens today we threw out a whole batter because I didn't like the way that it came out. So that happens too, that sometimes if it's not exactly what I want it to be, I won't put it out. So everything that you're seeing actually being baked gets shipped right away, and that's why they're so fresh. That's why it's so amazing, and I'm really, really blessed for the people that I have. People, you guys are crazy junkies. I mean, I have over, I don't know how many people that have placed hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of orders, and these are my real supporters, and it's still, it's weird to me and amazing to me that people still
well, you know how it is when somebody likes something, they gonna eat it. Because myself, I mean, before she started baking these cookies for me, I would spend countless monies on the same ice cream. I didn't care how much. I would go to at the time, Baskin Robbins, and just be like, and people would look at me like, you know, you're spending. I'm like, did I ask? This is what I want to eat. It's like, just put this, put that, put this, and you know, when I guess when you enjoy something, it doesn't matter. Like you'll spend the money, and it's like, you know, that's what.
And I think too, because I do so many different flavors. Like even Juan, sometimes he's like, I don't think I'm gonna like that flavor, and then you try it, and you're like, wow, that's really good. And it's fun to experiment like that too. For all of you coconut lovers, you know I gagged every time I made those. I hate coconut, but I did it for you. And
I like coconut.
you know, those kind of things that like we come up with different things. I don't follow any other pages. I constantly have, I love you guys, but stop sending me other people's stuff. I do the things that I feel and I want and I enjoy to do. But that doesn't ever direct me in flavor wise or how I do what it is. It's all organic. It all is because we really do have such a great amount of not only like our friends that love us and support us, which I'm always so shocked. I remember when I was shipping out of the house, I said, oh, this person, I know who it is because they bought from me. And then as it started getting bigger, the next person, I don't know who this person is. Somebody like, and now it's getting to that point. There's so many people that I don't know, and the support. You'll see, I posted somebody that was having a baby. I don't know who they are personally, and just I feel so connected with that, and it's a cookie. I don't know if that sounds weird, but I really love how people have opened us into their homes as well. So I think that's really cool because there is a backstory to us and us as a couple. Being a small business and family is everything to us. We do have a 4-year-old who took a nap and she's sleeping over here. So she's moving around. So I think that's part of it too. And even now, like I was saying, with the orders that I get in, I see friends that will make a post that they bought the cookies. And I'm like, nobody's asking for different things. You know, these are my friends who just love us so much. And
We're lucky.
we're really lucky for that. And they really are amazing cookies. So
I mean, it's gonna be very hard to start prep for the Olympia. I mean, I'm gonna, you know, I'm definitely gonna prep and I'm gonna go hard. But I mean, eating all these cookies, I've been having a blast. I've been enjoying my off season, and I just keep thinking like, when I start. So I keep trying to like, you know, like push back the day. I'm gonna start prep this. I'm gonna start prep then, because I just don't want to give up these cookies. And not gonna give them up completely. I'm gonna have them once a week.
Listen, let's all be. He just won't eat them daily. He'll eat them weekly in
Yes.
prep, and he does use them before getting on stage. And I
Yes.
think that's been a really cool thing that you've been enjoying too. We've taken them all over the world.
Yes. So, you know, I mean, anybody who follows me on Instagram knows I always post, you know, for a while now, like we've been, you know, since Brazil, even before we thought about selling, we would come, you know, take our cookies with us, and I would use that to carb up before I step on stage. And even some of the times carbing up in general, like whenever I need a little bit of extra carbs and fats, because they have a good rate. They're pretty much 100 grams of carbs per cookie. Some have 111, some a little more, some a little less, but they range around there. And fats are anywhere between 45 to 55. So it's a good amount. You know, everybody knows when you're loading, you kind of need fats and carbs. Protein, you don't really need as much. Even though I'll just eat the cookie. So. But yeah, they're a really good tool for carbing up. So all you coaches out there, you know, give them to your bodybuilding clients before stage, because some of them are already having it backstage when they're with me back there. And yeah. So we're gonna send some cookies to Patrick Moore, Lionel Biecki, and Sergio Oliva for after they compete, and they can have some treats.
Next week is the Olympia, so we're
The
gonna.
Arnold.
Arnold.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start the Olympia. Wow. We're gonna start getting a lot of orders right now because of that. So I'm about to log on.
Do you want to call me Mustache Man?
Your mustache man.
Yeah.
Why? Because you have got an orange mustache. I'll call you mustache man.
Mustache Man. Mustache Man. Mustache Man. Mustache Man. Mustache Man. Mustache Man.
See, once I get going, I'm okay. Where's that first one? I do this sometimes from home. We'll bring a box, and while we're watching TV, and I do this here too. But we do this from home as well. I'm gonna sign these for you guys, so you know these were actually me that put the stickers on it.
You gonna sign all 6,000?
Come on, why you gotta get, I said the ones I'm making. I ain't making them 6,000.
Only the special ones get those?
That's right. People trying to get me signed 6,000. That's a lot of work, man. I'll be here forever. So what are you guys talking about over there? I want to know. I want to hear. I'm nosy.
No, you know, they said it would be cute if you signed the box of Juan's favorite, like for a customer, like a giveaway.
You know what? We might make that happen. You guys comment below and let us know if you guys want me to sign a box. I mean, Please don't say a box. How much is a box? Box is a lot. Oh, 10? That's it? Oh, box. I thought you meant like a box of these stickers. Yeah, I thought you meant 1,000. I was like, ugh.
I did.
Literally, you guys can see my fast reflexes.
Nobody's seen your fastest reflexes.
No, you haven't.
I've seen that. That was when he dove in the street after Italy. That's the only time I've ever seen Juan move full speed.
I've never seen him move so fast in my whole life.
So, Miss, what do you want to say, baby?
Today we are doing.
We're gonna drop. We're baking cookies.
So buy our cookies. What?
Are you getting camera shot?
Izzy, what's your favorite cookie? You like chocolate or you like peanut
The
butter?
purple one.
Purple one? I gotta try that. Can I see your super strength again?
Who's your best friend? Who's your best friend?
Ah,
That's right. You heard that?
you're showing me your strength.
Say it again. Who's your best friend? Who's your...
Izzy, who's your best friend? Huh?
Mommy and Daddy.
Mommy and daddy? Oh yeah.
Give me 5. Now, okay, we're gonna show them one more trick. You can't show your superpowers all the time. We're gonna show them that. Show them how fast you can go. With... Then come back.
Oh
That's
yeah.
right. Give mommy a kiss.
You say, like our channel,
Like a tail.
thumbs up,
Thumbs up.
subscribe.